All right, we got mayhem, bromance, and big questions. This week, we are hitting the brakes on Bad Boys Ride or Die. Was it a wild ride, or did it go on flat tires? Let's find out. Plus, we got Will Smith back in action. See what happens.
We also dive into the gooey goodness of the new Venom 3 trailer and get abducted by the Alien Romulus trailer. Buckle up because the episode is packed with explosions, symbiotes, and space oddities.
Let's get into it.
Welcome to the SF Files. We've been CK in here. Today we just finished watching Bad Boys. Bad Boys Ride or Die. Bad Boys number 4. We were actually pretty excited going into this. We grew up with the franchise Bad Boys 1, 2. We watched the first two. I believe we watched them in theaters way back in the day.
I can't remember. The second one, I like the first one. Like I gotta watch the second one. Like the second one, gotta watch the third one.
All right.
And now here we are. Number 4.
Yes, sir.
Number 4.
And you know what? This one has been getting some weird reviews, like some really good, some really bad. We're going to give you our honest opinions, our thoughts, what we thought of the movie. No BS. We are old school, so we're probably going to favor it a little bit. But this movie is definitely not perfect. It has some missteps here and there. So let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's start with my opinion, actually. First off, let me say, the movie was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun ride, a lot of action, comedy. Pretty much what you would expect from a Bad Boys movie.
Right.
If you like the originals, you'll more than likely like this one. One thing I noticed was different was the characters, actually. To be honest with you, they look much older, obviously. They still like cool chemistry, though. I don't understand some of the chemistry going on. But it just felt a little, like a tiny bit different, though. Like they didn't have the quickness that they used to have in the other ones before. That makes sense?
Okay, like they're physically slower.
Yeah. Which obviously comes with age, of course. So, but aside from that, the movie was actually entertaining. The plot was pretty generic, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Kind of heard that plot in other movies as well. Aside from that, the action and the comedy were actually good, and it kept me interested, very entertained. I liked it.
Yeah, I really liked how they kind of leaned into the age of both characters, Mike Lowry and Marcus. And Marcus's like age and reminding us that they are mortal. They can get hurt. They can die. They kind of felt like superheroes in the first 3. First 2 for sure. 3, yeah, they're still superheroes. They're basically indestructible. And here you kind of see them be more human. They can get hurt. And maybe they leaned into it a little late in their lives because they're what, like 50?
I think they actually mentioned that they're being in the 50s.
So yeah, because Mike Lowry, he's getting anxiety attacks, and I thought that was kind of weird because like they touched on it, but then they're like, yeah, it's not a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Oh yeah, no, it's a thing.
Going back and forth with it, like,
right?
Something is nothing. But yeah, I actually did notice that as well. It happened a few times. They don't really go very into depth with it, just to show certain times when he is experiencing that.
And then with Marcus, with his character, he had a near-death experience. He had a near-death experience, and all of a sudden he's had a vision. He's not religious, but he's like, spiritual, I guess you can say. And I thought it was kind of a weird aspect to bring into Bad Boys. Like, it's different. So, it did have its moments. It was comedic. It was funny. But it was kind of weird, I thought, to bring that into the Bad Boys franchise.
I can actually agree. That did stand out to me a little bit as well. Honestly, I didn't like that, actually, to be honest with you. Okay. That's one thing I didn't really like because they focused like too much on it. It just felt kind of weird to me. Yeah, I will admit, though, it did get me to laugh a few times, though, with some of the stuff he said and tried to do and stuff like that. So that was pretty funny, but it just felt out of place a little bit to me.
But let's just circle back around to the plot. You mentioned the plot a little bit. It was actually, I thought it was kind of a throwback, kind of sort of, to like the first one, the first Bad Boys, even the first 2, I would say, because those are pretty simple, generic, straightforward storylines. They're not too complex. It's got the buddy cop aspect. Some event happens and then they got to go fix it and save the day. And that's kind of the whole story. Yeah. And the third one, like, for comparison purposes, I felt like the story, they try to go really deep, like into the past. And for the most part, it was good, but it slowed down the action, I felt like, in the third one. And this one, once the movie gets rolling, it doesn't stop.
Right. In the very beginning, I was a little slow. But once they get to that shootout on the plane, from that point, it picked up pretty well. And it kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
And it did have a couple down moments, but to me, it didn't really affect me. I wasn't like, oh, okay, it should be over. Can't come to something more fun. It was actually engaging as well.
Yeah.
So even though they were down parts, I still liked them. Kept the action going too, so perfect.
Yeah, just like you said, the first 15, 20 minutes, they're kind of like reminding you who the characters are and introducing new characters and familiar faces. And it was fine. I thought it was funny enough to, like you said, I wasn't bored, but it was kind of like, nothing's really happening. No action scenes, right? But once it got going, it was nonstop. It was entertaining. I was laughing throughout the whole thing. They have really damn good chemistry.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
Yeah, that's not going to go away. That was pretty cool. One thing I got to mention, and it might be a spoiler. Hopefully, you'll see it before you hear this. But my favorite scenes throughout the whole movie.
Oh, I know what it is.
Had to be, you probably know this one, had to be Reggie.
Reggie!
Yes. That was the best scene to me in the movie.
Yes.
The whole freaking movie.
Oh, okay. No spoiler. But
Unexpected, but awesome.
It was awesome. It was
surprising, dude. Very
nice. And it led to another Reggie scene towards the end, like the final scene of the movie. Ends with Reggie, and it's just like, yes, Reggie.
Yep.
He's a
can't give too much away, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and it kind of shows like his character growth. Like he's not a main character, but it shows from the first movie where he was a kid and now he's an adult and he's involved with the family. Like there's character growth there, you know?
Yeah, he really got into the family, pretty solid now. But yeah, that scene was just, to me, it was the best scene to me. It was awesome.
I just got out of jail and I ain't going back. I ain't going back. What's wrong with you? You acting all scared. You ain't never seen a gun before?
Like, stop pointing the gun.
Well, maybe you should summarize the plot real quick.
From what I got, it was basically, it starts almost where the third one left off, kind of, after the captain gets killed. But yeah, it pretty much takes place from there. And they were pretty much framing him for, I think it was a drug trafficking? Money laundering, drug trafficking, something like that. Mm. And of course, they know that he didn't really do it. So he's being framed, and basically they're trying to find the person who framed him, pretty much,
right,
and get all the evidence they need to show that, hey, our captain's legit. He didn't do anything. He was being framed, and just goes from there, just getting clues, detective work, action scenes, chasing, shooting, killing, stabbing, blood splatter, jelly bean splatter. Look at that when you see it.
Which I find pretty much Martin Lawrence throughout the whole thing. Man is hilarious, dude. Like they're playing
funny in that movie.
They're playing into his age, and obviously he's a little, he's a few sizes bigger, and a lot of us older generation guys here, we can kind of relate. We used to be young and thin and sexy and hot. And I mean, we're still that, but with a little extra and
extra
extra. But him, like the cravings that he was, like he wanted Skittles and he wanted sodas and chips and stuff, like it's hilarious. I kind of like related to that. So
I actually have cravings for when I want sweets too. Mm-hmm. Oh, now I want sweets. Damn it! Don't even on my mind. Now I want sweets.
What'd you think about Will Smith's performance? Like as
I
returning?
Liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't really see much of a difference, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it. It was fun. He still had the same, kind of badass attitude. Every now and then that PTS thing would sneak in on him. Mm-hmm. But when that didn't happen, he seemed to be pretty much the same.
Yeah, he was on it. I mean, he's Will Smith here. You know what to expect with Will Smith. He brings it. The guy did a good job. He reprised the role pretty damn well. He did a good job.
I do have to mention one thing. It had to kind of relate to the whole, the slap incident that happened. I think there's a scene in there where I think they're kind of like getting him back in a way.
Yeah.
Because it was perfect timing. And the fact that it happened to him, he didn't do it to somebody else. It happened back to him. So I think there was a way of kind of like sneaking that in there just to get him back.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
But yeah, I thought it was the exact same thing. It was pretty good. It was funny.
Yeah, I thought that really made me laugh, actually. And we went on the D-Block seats, right? I've been on it a few times, but I think it was your first time, right? It's fun.
Yeah, action. I've always heard what they are. The seats move and this and that. It was cool. It was first time experience watching an action movie like that. And, when the car's driving, like they're swerving, the seat moves. It doesn't like lift you off the
roller coaster.
No, but it moves with you. There was a couple of times where I felt like, whoa, I'm getting kind of dizzy because the screen's moving and the seat's moving. And I'm looking at you like, are we moving? What the hell?
The cool thing was actually remember the scene where the drones flying, going side to side. Like my seat was moving.
Which is another thing. Bad Boys, they're becoming modern, I guess. They're bringing on in technology and the drones, like you said, and just making it feel like a modern action movie. So I think they're doing pretty good bringing Bad Boys forward as the franchise continues.
Yeah. So I recommend the movie, actually, to be honest with you. If you like the other Bad Boy movies, more than likely you're going to like this one. Mm-hmm. It has all the nostalgia you want. Has the same chemistry, the action, comedy, has it all, and more.
I will say that the darker humor is toned back. More, maybe not the dark humor, but like the racial humor, which was pretty evident there in the first two movies.
You're right. The first one had a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That one had a lot.
Oh, yeah.
This one, like one or two, maybe?
I don't think they dropped any N-bombs, but they had, as far as I counted, racial jokes. And they were so innocent, so like elementary. They were like, oh, it was like an albino crocodile later on. And then, he tries to bite one of them. That was racist. That was like, it's so innocent. It's like, it's
trying to brush it off.
Yeah. They tone it back big time, obviously, for, today's day and age humor, which kind of sucks. It kind of, for me, it didn't, at the end of the day, it was Bad Boys, but watered down Bad Boys. It was diet Bad Boys, which kind of sucks, but, it is what it is. One other thing I wanted to add in, kind of like you mentioned earlier, the guys, how they're much older. Obviously, physically, you can see it on Martin Lawrence, so the dude's bigger, right? But with Will Smith in his 50s, he looks fantastic, but go a little light on the hair color there, dude. It was it was so black. It was like, it was like, he looked, like he did it the night before they filmed, or I don't know, man. It was just so dark. Like, whoa! Even when
they get a chance to die out filming,
it wasn't that dark when he was younger. Like it was evident.
Yeah. Aside from that, like, did you have any problems with the plot overall? Did it seem to flow pretty good, or did you see any plot holes in it, or something you didn't like?
No, I think it flowed pretty well. They explained the characters pretty well. The villain, they explained his motivations and who he was pretty well. I thought it was pretty well balanced. It was evenly distributed. Humor, action, comedy, all rolled in there. Even had a little bit of the whodunit, who's the
oh yeah.
It had a little bit of that. It didn't feel like they did a whole lot of detective work.
Yeah, sure they do detective work, but it's like it's done quick. Mm-hmm. Like it's pretty fast when they do it, and noticeable, yeah. But maybe they had that bad technology. Maybe I don't know. They get boom, pops up right away for them or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they got the answers pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
All the evidence they got it pretty quick as well.
Right. Oh, I guess one final note from me. It was pretty cool to see Mr. Fantastic in this movie, which you called him out. You were like, hey, isn't that Mr. Fantastic? I'm like, yes, it is.
Read.
What's his name? This is
a few moments later.
How the hell do you say that? I-O-A-N. Ion. Oyan? Ion.
Eon.
Eon. Ion.
Ion.
Gruffud. Gruffud.
Great. Eon.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, there you go.
So he's in there. I don't see him in too many movies. It's kind of cool to see him make an appearance in this. Just a minor note there. Anything else you want to add before we score this thing?
No, other than, it's awesome. I had a fun time. The deep box help was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to score this thing.
If you're a fan of the Bad Boys franchise, I would say it's definitely worth watching in theaters. It's a good action flick. It'll make you laugh. It's worth a watch. Go check it out. What is the final score? What would you give this out of 10? 10 being the best.
I really enjoyed it, though. I'm going to go with, it kept my attention, actually. I'm going to go with 8.9.
8.9. Wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That's a pretty high score.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And similarly, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Okay. Yeah, I very much enjoyed myself. Yeah. First 10, 15 minutes, story building. Once you get into it, time flies. Yeah. So,
non-stop action, pretty much.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, Bad Boys, that's our review. Bad Boys Ride or Die. Go check it out. Let us know what you think of it.
We fly together, we die together.
What?
Oh, no. That's just something we say. It's all good. It ain't. Oh, I can see how that got y'all a little, where y'all from?
All right. So, now that we're done with speaking about Bad Boys, the movie, let's talk about Will Smith. You said earlier that And there is a scene that kind of sort of referenced the slap heard around the world, him and Chris Rock over at the award ceremony.
I really think they put that in on purpose. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I really put that on purpose just to maybe help win back some fans that might have been lost. Kind of like a payback kind of thing. Because I'm pretty sure those slaps were real.
Yeah, and other actors, but you know what? If those were fake, that give Will another Oscar, because damn, it looked painful. It looked good, you know. It looked like good slaps.
And it wasn't just one. It was not one. There was quite a few back to back.
Yeah,
which was great. Made it 10 times funnier.
And back when the trailer first released, I was just clamoring for, I want Will Smith to slap somebody. I was
expecting that. I really was. But I was willing to Will to do it, not to have it done to Will.
Right, which I think that makes it better.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, with this being Will Smith's first big movie back in cinema since that event? Is Will Smith back? Is this a one and done?
But from what I've heard, a lot of people are saying that he's back. Okay. I haven't been following too close with him, honestly, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. But if we're going off of the Bad Boys movie, it sounds like he's pretty much back, I would say.
Yeah, his acting ability, I mean, it's not like he lost anything. He's still Will Smith. The guy can act. The guy can... I guess it just depends how people take this movie, you know, like if they enjoy it, which we did, right? If they enjoy it, they might overlook what happened and look at the next one that comes out. I know he's also working on the I Am Legend sequel to that. And then I heard during an interview for the Bad Boys, they talked about him, Will, and Martin are not ready to pass the torch. So there's might be talks for another one already. I don't think it was greenlit yet, but they are talking about it. So, I mean, at least this one in I Am Legend, if they can get it going, people go watch these movies, I think they can overlook it. I'm not trying to defend Will Smith. What he did was not right. I don't agree with it. It's not like he did something completely severe. You didn't kill anybody, you know, you didn't, or he did anything malicious towards a minor, or, you know, nothing like that. Like, the guy made a mistake. Yes. Did the guy pay for it? Yes. Does he deserve to be back in cinema? I mean, I think I'd be willing to look past it. Chris Rock gave him quite a nice zinger in his comedy special. You know, a good hit to his ego publicly. And yeah, I'm willing to look past it. I don't know if you may or may not agree with that.
Yes and no. Yes, I agree. It was a crappy move to do that, what he did. And I'm totally against that. I think it was going to be handled way different than it was. Mm-hmm. But when I go to the movies, I'm going to be entertained, not to judge the person on acting skills, really. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be entertained. And I wouldn't say I support Will Smith, because what he did, like I said, was messed up what he did. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to watch a movie and be entertained. So that doesn't really bother me that much, to be honest with you. I go to movies to watch a movie, be entertained, have fun.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's just, you know, people vote with their wallets, whether they go pay and watch for this or not. I Am Legend, see how that performs. Just wait and see what happens.
I will watch I Am Legend. And like I said, don't agree at all what he did, but I'm still going to watch movies. They're fun to watch. But yeah, like I said, don't agree, but still watching the movies. I think he still has it in there to make him entertaining.
Yeah, you have a few more miles on the...
Yes, sir.
All right.
No, you don't want nada. It's like I told you, swallow your pride. You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at.
Moving on to the next one. Last week, Venom 3 had the first trailer revealed. This will be the conclusion to the Venom trilogy with Tom Hardy. This will be Tom Hardy's last performance as Eddie Brock. If you believe what they say, he's not coming into the MCU with Marvel. He's not going to meet Tom Holland. He's not going to meet anyone on that side on the Marvel movies. This is it. Done. With that being said, okay. You, CK, you are a big Spider-Man fan. You've been a fan of Spider-Man since before the Tobey movies. Like, that Spider-Man was your guy. He's your number one.
It's okay. I'll go with that. I don't know if I'm a huge fan, but yeah, I definitely like it. But I don't know if I can call myself a huge fan.
Venom. What do you think of those series, and what did you think of the third movie's trailer?
I'm actually afraid to say this, to be honest with you. I am terrified to say this, because it could come with some backlash. Let me apologize first, but I'm going to say the truth. It may hurt. It's going to sting. I have not fully seen Venom 1 or 2. Yep.
Cut the camera. I need some fresh air.
I need some fresh air. Get some water. Get some water.
All right, being the one out of the two who has seen these movies,
I've seen parts of it, pieces, and I kind of understand the storyline, but I just haven't fully watched the movie from start to finish. That didn't help, did it?
No, it did not. The first Venom movie was decent. It was all right. It was passable. It got me excited for the second movie. The second one comes out. I was hyped for it. They had Carnage, the red symbiote. Yeah, him. Carnage, yeah. Which I was super excited for. And Woody Harrelson, he's a great, phenomenal actor. This one let me down big time. I did not enjoy it. I think the first one was rated R. The second one, they made it PG-13, which kind of killed it. Really? Yeah. They ruined it. I mean, Carnage he's a murderer. Like his character is a murderer. These should be on screen murdering people, but they handled it with PG-13. Like, oh, here's Carnage. He's gonna chop somebody's head off, and it goes off to another scene. It's like, what the hell? Just they didn't let Carnage be Carnage. Visually, like for me personally, when it's the two symbiotes and they're both fighting, even in the first one, the lighting is so dark, it's hard to see what's going on. And I remember, what was it? The first, they're like swirled together, and I'm like, where the what's going on? Who's winning? Are they even fighting? Or are they just?
I do remember seeing the final fight scene at the end, though. I remember seeing that, and I thought that was pretty cool looking. But yeah, looking back, I'm like, I really don't know who the hell was winning. I remember them being up in the air, and then like one person's on top, then the other one comes around, but then so I'll flip to the other side. So I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that part.
Well, the third one, it at least visually from the trailer, there's a lot more daytime. So there at least, you can see Venom, you can see what's going on. But just because of what we do, I've heard a few things about the movie itself, synopsis of, what's the plot, what's going to happen. If any of it is true, I'm going to hate this movie. And the trailer kind of confirmed pieces of what I heard. If I didn't know what the synopsis supposedly rumored is, I can't say it, no spoilers, right? Then the trailer looks good. I thought it looked good. It looked action-packed. It looked like it's going to be a good balance between comedy and action. And it looks like Venom is going to be in for a fight against, like a military group.
Maybe you and I saw a different trailer, because the one that I saw, they didn't have a whole lot of action in it.
No?
Not from my point of view, at least. And I had a few spots here and there, but I didn't see as much action as I was hoping to see for a Venom movie.
Good. Yeah.
I actually don't even know what the synopsis is for it.
Okay.
But the trailer does look pretty cool from what I saw. I have no idea what's going on in the movie, but it looks cool. I will say that. Looks cool. So I'll probably end up watching it just for the hell of it.
I will say that Sony is really good at creating these trailers, because the Carnage movie looked fantastic. I hated it. The first Venom movie looked fantastic. It was okay. Morbius actually looked like a decent movie when the trailer came out. Like, it looks decent. I'm not going to say I hated it. It was better than I expected, but it was not good. Madam Web, I knew that was going to be a
shiitake mushroom
show. It was a show. But the trailer looked decent. I mean, Sony's really good at these things. And no, they're not going to give me again. Venom 3. I'm prepared to hate it.
So in other words, you're going in with very low expectations.
I think so. Yeah.
That's the way we should approach all movies. That way you won't really be disappointed, or if you are, not too disappointed.
Yeah. Am I going to watch this? Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I kind of feel like I have to. I watched the first two. I have to go watch the third one reluctantly, but I think I will. Hopefully it's better than expected, and, it's not a waste of my time.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch it. Hopefully I don't have to know anything about the first or second one too much. If then I'm screwed. If not, good luck.
You have until October 25, 2024. So that's about 4 months to watch two movies. I think you can find the time
man.
to watch these two.
I'm not cutting into my line around time.
Well, what if you lie down and watch these movies? They don't cut into your time. They actually extend your time.
But then when I cut into my sleeping time,
you don't need sleep.
Nap time.
You don't need naps. You're a grown-ass man. No, what did you think about the Venom movie? Let us know in the comments below. There was also another trailer that released last week. It would be for the Alien Romulus. Big fan of the Alien series?
Yeah, actually, pretty good knowledge on that one.
Yeah, I really like Alien and Aliens, the first two, and the Aliens 3. I kind of dropped. I've watched it. I wasn't a fan. 4 just kept going lower and lower, and then the Prometheus movies came out. I wasn't a huge fan of those. I know that one they kind of modeled the alien guy after you. That guys kind of look like you.
Put send me the picture.
Yeah, we're gonna put it on the screen right here. There we go. Yeah, that one kind of looks side by side. Looks just like him. I wasn't a big fan of them. I did like how they tied it all together, but I just wasn't a fan of these too much. I guess the spin-offs, Alien versus Predator. No, I like the Predator. I like Aliens. I didn't like them so much visually. Story was good for the first one, AVP. Visually, everything was so dark, I couldn't see a damn thing. What happened?
Nothing.
What?
I'd like to apologize again.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. That you were knowledgeable.
I was mistaken.
Oh, no.
I watched Predator, the first one, with Arnold. I watched that one.
Okay.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I did the job.
There you go. And I also saw, I think it was the sixth one, I think.
You skipped a few there.
Yeah, I jumped to that one, which was really cool. And that's about it. Aliens, I saw the first one in its almost entirety.
Almost. Okay.
Yes. And I liked it.
Okay. Hey, all right.
And I also ended there.
All right. Since you're such a huge fan of the series here, we're going to watch a trailer. And this is going to be CK's first reaction to the trailer.
Well, that was too cool.
You ready?
I am ready.
A few moments later.
All right, August 16. Just from base knowledge that you know about the Alien franchise, what did you think about this trailer?
It's crazy. But good crazy. The graphics look badass, to be honest with you. And I did notice the original Alien, the one with the big head and little mouth.
The face hugger?
I noticed that one. I think the beginning part, was it kind of a scene from the original where the alien pops out?
So whenever the face hugger does stuff to your mouth, giggity, the little xenomorphs grow in the human's body.
So that's what he was doing to him, that one scene.
Yes. And then the alien pops out, usually through the chest or the stomach.
Okay. See, I remember that.
Yeah, there you go.
And aside from that, it looked good. I liked it. I give it a shot, to be honest with you.
And you know what? This is a good spot for newcomers to the series because this will, in the timeline of the Alien franchise, if you go back to a prior episode, Evil Ash stated this is kind of like a side story. It's taking place in between the first and the second Alien movies, but it has nothing to do with Ridley and those original characters.
I'm going to ask, is it a completely different storyline, or did they take place from a certain spot, or it's completely new?
Yeah, definitely. It's more or less very new with a new cast, new story, and everything. This is a time period where the humans of that time were not aware of these xenomorphs. So it's like a fresh start, kind of like a reboot, more or less, of the franchise. And, it's a good starting point, really, for anyone to jump into, someone who's a fan of the series and someone who is new to the series.
Then if that's the case, then I want to watch even more. Because I want to start over again.
And I really think that this trailer made it look more like a horror movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Which is very similar to what the first Alien movie was. And Aliens 2 was more action. And then from there on, it was an action movie, the Alien series, which I think is best for that series to be in the horror genre. Like it's just, it just makes them so menacing. The xenomorphs, like so creepy, you know, like you don't know what's there, and it's a good aspect for this franchise, I believe.
But that's really Scott's kind of thing, though. It was creepy, kind of not really horror stuff, but more like on the creepier side, actually.
Right.
And that's why I like that. Those kind of movies I like more than like the straight up horror movies and like the weirdest stuff. I mean, that's weird too because the alien, but I'm talking about just like weird stuff and like over the top crazy stuff. That I'm not a big fan of. But something like this, yeah, I like this. So yeah, I'm there.
I think our crew, pretty much our whole crew, was looking forward to watching this trailer, and yeah, it did not disappoint. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely gonna go watch this one. What about you? What'd you think about it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Any Easter eggs that you'd like want to share with us? Comments below. You know the drill. Do it.
Something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
No, there's just something in the water.
And with that being said, please visit us at www.thesfiles.com, where you can listen to all of our prior episodes. We talk trash, TV, movies, anime, video games. Yeah, we just have a good time here. You can also follow us on social media. CK, where can they find us?
They can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. Not to mention Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, various others, and as always, sweet Pandora.
We love Pandora.
I hold a special place in my heart.
Oh yeah, you've never said anything remotely even bad
Never.
about Pandora. Never.
Never.
Not even once. Definitely not me.
Exactly.
If you have any mail for us, contact at thesfiles.com. If you want to email us individually, you can find those in the comments below. Or feel free to leave us a comment here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is BogusBird signing out.
CK saying peace.
We'll catch you on the next one.
I will be playing catch up with the movies. Please don't kill me. But I will redeem myself. Thank you.
Hate mail at CrazyKat at thesfiles.com.
Fill up.